Residents in the central west of New South Wales, the town of Forbes, have endured some of the worst flooding in the area seen in 70 years. Flooding has left farmers devastated, crops and harvests being damaged or destroyed for a second year in a row. Now, some residents are facing the prospect of being abandoned by their insurers. Joining me live now is Forbes farmer Tom Green. Tom, we've spoken before in pretty tough times. I don't think, well, it's a little bit better right now, but it's been pretty rough for you for the last couple of months. Tell me about your insurance situation.
Yeah, look, I think currently the insurance situation, it's a bit of an unknown. There's insurers sending letters out. I don't think we've had mail service for 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. I guess the overall picture is we know we can't get flood insurance. So it's a bit of an unknown why this sort of happens. We can't claim anything anyway, whether it's crops, stock, infrastructure damage anyway. So it's a bit of an unknown why they put this blanket ban on straight away, and then in most cases we know we can't get it. It's insurance for other reasons, but who knows? And
Tom, it seems pretty odd timing, pretty insensitive, I might say, for the town of Forbes at a time like this anyway. But so how does this change what you do, your forward planning? And we heard the Premier Dominic Perrottet talk about innovative solutions in this space in towns like Forbes that are facing more and more floods and fire seasons, bigger droughts. What do you think that innovative solution looks like?
Well, I think that's the challenge. It's a bit of an unknown. They're going to have to come up with something, obviously, and whether that's government underwritten, plans or whatever, I think would be, I guess, something that is what they're talking about. But I think, as you said, people at the moment are just trying to clean up, and then the insurance comes through and it sort of becomes an unknown. It's going, well, if we purchase equipment or other things, can we still get the standard insurance for it to keep businesses operating? So it's such an unknown, I think, and I suppose everyone's just concentrating on the clean up now and what can, in terms of farming, what can be salvaged moving forward.
All right, let's have a look at your farm, because you've sent us some pictures, Tom. You are resilient. You're not at all dramatic, but kind of give us an insight. I mean, these are photos from how long ago?
This was last week, so just as the peak was arriving. It came up quite quick. So this is where we're a friend stayed with me, packed the house up. Thankfully, the water didn't get in the house, and then had to get out through the back in the tractors because it was getting too deep on the highway. And then this is, with the sheep up on their little island for about a week. So, once I could get out, I could get to the shallow water so I could access the stock. So now it's
how much damage? You've lost crops, obviously, but damage to your sheds, damage to your home?
Yeah, look, all the hay sheds were probably 50% full, so all the bottom bars are ruined. We're just trying to stack that out now, and then try and clean the sheds out a bit to get the hay back in on some plastic, hopefully. Look, the stock are okay. They've done it tough, though, just wet season and flooding. They've got a lot of feet problems and so forth. So once the sheep yards come out of water, we'll try and foot bath them and jet them for flies. So
mate, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I could not be a farmer. Obviously, as I sit here. I think there's a lot of support for city folk, people right around Australia for the job that our farmers do. What do you need medium long term?
Look, I think in the longer term, it's not about and look, the recovery grants and so forth are really good and appreciated by people. But I think the Prime Minister said at the first flood we had, building resilience with grants, it just doesn't work that way. What we need is that long-term investment.
Yep.
That will be different strategies in different parts of the valley. Obviously, the Wangla Dam upgrade is the big one to try and stem these big high flow events and peaks. But I know some of them are pulling the funding on that. I think the Premier recommitted to the project the other day, but federally and state opposition, we haven't heard anything, which has been, well, they're going to pull the pin, they're saying, on it, which is disappointing. Right. So, look, you know, what we need is that long-term investment. The highways are shut, the railways are shut. They're always going to be shut in those little periods of time, but we've got to have, you know, build things to work in when we know we're going to have small levels of inundation or big floods.
All right, Wyangla Dam, we're on it. Tom, we'll ask the questions for you. I'm going to come out and visit you one day. That is a threat. We'll see you soon.
No worries. Thanks very much, Laura.
Tom Green there. He is a farmer in Forbes. We've spoken to him before, and great insight there to what people are going through.